This is myofascial rolling for your back body using a set of yoga tune-up balls. You can also replace the tune-up balls with lacrosse balls or tennis balls in a sock. Now come down to your back and place the balls in their tote or in your sock at the base of your skull, resting the balls onto one of your blocks or a book if you don't have a block. The balls are going to sit right at the base of your skull on either side of your spine. And once you feel like you've got them in the right spot, all you need to do is to start to breathe a little deeper. And when you're ready to, you can begin to nod the head yes. Stripping the balls up and down the muscles of your neck. You might like to try cross stripping now, nodding your head no. And if anytime you want more support for your low back, feel free to bend your knees. And continue to either nod the head yes or shake the head no, whatever's giving you more sensation. Working out any tight spots. Rehydrating the tissues in your neck once we release. And if you find one spot in particular that is sore, know that you can hold it there. We're working these trigger points at the base of your skull. It can help to alleviate headache pain from forward head position when our head's coming in front of the shoulders. And for every millimeter we're doing that with our head, we're adding about 10 pounds of weight onto our cervical spine. And just to help ease away tension, can you keep your breath long and deep? Taking those big belly breaths in, full body breath out. Relaxing your jaw. Relax your forehead. And towards the end here, if you'd really like to work that trigger point, bring your head back to neutral and tuck your chin in, holding it there. Checking in with the quality of your breath. And see if with every exhale you can let the back of your skull just drop a little heavier towards the floor. Feeling that softening from the base of your skull radiating down your neck, possibly even forward towards your jaw. And then let's release this one. Reach behind you and remove those balls, letting your head lay back to the floor or to your block. We're going to take the balls out of their tote or your sock now. We're going to work our way down the back body. So once you have the balls out, you're going to place them in between the shoulder blades. We'll start a little higher, but know for these next few exercises, you can always adjust and pull the balls closer to your neck or further down your spine. I like to keep my knees bent, just gives me a little more leverage here. And again, just some sustained compression, so letting your back body relax onto the balls. And if you're ready to, you can open your arms into a cactus position. See how that feels, if anything's changed. An option to add in some movement. So you can think snow angel arms. So as you breathe in, you'll reach up over your head, keeping your arms as close to the floor as you can. And as you exhale, you'll bend at the elbows, bringing them into that cactus shape and pulling your elbows down closer to your ribs. And find your rhythm. So breathing in, stretch out to the sides and up over your head. Breathing out, slide the elbows down closer into your ribs. And continue to move at your own pace, trying to breathe in as you reach up over the head. Breathing out as you bring your arms back by your sides. Once again, you can always adjust where the balls are in between the shoulder blades by just rolling your torso up or down. Continuing with this snow angel movement of the arms. But just like in the neck, if you find a spot, you can always stay. If you have a new spot that you want to work out here, here's a new pattern. Bring your arms up above the chest, palms will face in. And we're going to do protraction and retraction of your shoulder blades. So as you breathe in, reach your fingertips as high to the ceiling as you can. As you breathe out, plug your upper arms down towards the floor. So inhale, stretch up through the fingertips. Exhale, back of the arms down. You might end with a bend in the elbow, or you could keep the arms straight. You can also try different angles here. So reaching up to extend the arms as you breathe in. Maybe this time as you breathe out, you come down on a 45-degree angle. And once you finish this last one, reach across and hold opposite elbows. And just rock a little side to side. Again, if this isn't working, you can come back to where we were, back to snow angels. There's no right or wrong. Let's try one more spot here, lower down the back. So you can pull the balls down below the tips of the shoulder blades or slide down. And then think like you're doing a crunch, hands behind you, chin to chest, exhale, lift. And you could keep the hands behind your head or reach them toward the knees if that's more comfortable. So you're adding more body weight onto the balls underneath the shoulder blades. And you can hold in stillness with chin tucked in that crunch position, or just slowly rock your torso side to side. And again, tune into your experience and what feels best for you. Rocking back and forth. And then slowly make your way back down. And we'll do one more sustained compression with your arms in whatever position is comfortable. Maybe in the cactus or by your sides. You could even reach across and hold opposite elbows again. Really try to expand the whole torso as you breathe in. Soften your back body down to the balls as you breathe out. Big belly breaths. These big belly breaths help to down-regulate your nervous system, softening tension. All of our nerves end in the fascia, so this rolling can help with calming the nervous system. We can exaggerate those impacts with long exhales especially. Big belly breaths. Allow the diaphragm to move freely. Softening any gripping in your hips. Creating more room through the lower ribs. All just with the depth of your inhales and the length of your exhales. So the next spot we're going to target is going to be for the low glutes. The low back and the glutes. So no rush to get there. Take as many breaths as you need to. Remove the balls from underneath you and place one under each of your bum cheeks. You can start right underneath the sit bones. I'm going to take away the block underneath my head. Feel free to take it or leave it. Once you got the balls in the right spot, open your legs towards butterfly. Soles of the feet together, knees dropping wide, as far as what's comfortable for you. You can stay just like that or begin to sway your hips side to side, allowing the balls to cross the back of your glutes. If they start to wander away on you, you can always reach underneath and pull them up or down, closer to your SI joints or closer to your tailbone. If you want to work more outer hip, bring them closer to the outer edges of your glutes. Keep the belly breath flowing as you rock back and forth. When you've had enough of that, come back to center, knees bent. Readjust the balls if you need. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh in a figure 4 position, drawing your right toes back slightly to your shin. And when you're ready for movement, you're going to drop the legs down towards the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, right. So it's like the legs are bobbing up and down. Still keeping the figure 4 position as they move. Pulling both knees down towards the right. You can stay with this bobbing movement, or maybe you try swishing your hips side to side. Once again, you can always control where the balls are working your glutes or higher up towards the low back. And keep that slight activation of the outer right shin, long inner right ankle, protecting your knee. After this one, come back to center and let's switch sides. Kicking the left heel up and over, crossing it over your right thigh. Again, slight flexion of your toes back towards your shin. And then when you're ready to, drop your legs over towards the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Finding that bobbing motion. Dropping both legs over. Letting those big belly breaths flow in through the nose and out through the nose. You have the option to stay with the bobbing of your legs or try to swish your hips back and forth. Again, tuning into the sensation you're experiencing right now. Is this left side tighter than the right, or maybe not as bad? And sometimes repetitive movements or our strong dominant side compared to the non-dominant can have impacts on the body, and where our tightness shows. Okay, let's release this one. Glutes out, and we're gonna come up onto the shins. So however you like to get there, you can rock and roll and cross the ankles to come forward to hands and knees. Roll off to the side and then press your way up. So we're gonna place one ball in between the left calf and left hamstring and the other on the right calf and right hamstring. Sitting your hips towards your heels, tops of your feet on the floor. Now, if this is feeling really intense, hands can stay more forward even in front of the knees on blocks. You could always come down to elbows there too. Maybe hands slide up the legs, bringing as much weight back towards your heels as what's comfortable. And there's two different patterns we can take here, so I'll teach you both and then you choose what feels best. The first one is contract and release. So you'll breathe in and squeeze the balls in between the back of your legs. Exhale, soften, let your hips sink down more. Inhaling to squeeze. Exhaling to soften. Seeing if you can drop the hips down a little bit more with each exhale. Adding more body weight, whether it's pressing back with the hands or the elbows. Now you could stay with that one or try to rock your hips side to side so that the balls are now cross-stripping the fibers in the back of your legs. And feel free to do what feels best in your body. You can always move the balls down the calf and higher up the hamstrings, or vice versa, up the calves into the lower hamstrings. Trying out those two different movement patterns and seeing what feels best in each spot. Okay, last breath. And let's release, removing the balls, lifting your hips up. You can slide the balls back into their tote bag so they don't go wandering away on you. And just to open up the back body and encourage that fresh blood, water, and hyaluronic acid to flow back to the tissues of your body. We're gonna hold a child's pose. And if child's pose is not so great for knee or ankle injuries or even tight hips, you can always just come to your back and hug your knees into your chest. But when you're ready to, big toes will touch. If you want more in the hips, separate your knees as wide as what's comfortable. Hips towards your heels, maybe your hips land on a block. Forehead's gonna ground down to the floor or the back of your hands, maybe another block if you have it. Arms can extend forward if you're comfortable with that, or even bring them alongside your legs. That one's nice to do if you have your knees closer together, just encouraging your back to round. And as you breathe in, feel the back side of your body inflate. And as you breathe out, just soften your bones down, relaxing your full body. Stay here as long as you need. Thanks for tuning in today. Namaste.